If you're managing a brand or maybe running a business, you're probably just drowning in information overload when it comes to marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
Every firm out there seems to promise the secret formula, and trying to find a clear strategy in all that noise feels impossible.
Right.
And that's really why we're here today. We're going to do a deep dive into the operational blueprint, the actual strategic thinking of one firm, Momentum Media Advertising.
And we have a pretty robust stack of their material to go through.
We do. We've got their approach, their pricing, even their shockingly broad service portfolio.
Yeah.
So our mission isn't just to list what they do. We want to pull out the core philosophy, that kind of intellectual framework, and the surprising scope of what they offer. We want to give you a clear, actionable idea of their model for what they call measurable growth.
And that phrase right there, measurable growth, that is the strategic anchor for their entire pitch.
Okay.
All the source material positions them not just as, a service provider, but as a genuine expert ally.
An ally.
Someone who wants to turn a client's marketing challenges into tangible, bankable opportunities for expansion. They're not just aiming for maintenance, they're aiming for domination.
Wow, that's a pretty high bar. So when we look at their foundational material, what's the one single principle driving all of this? We see strategy thrown around a lot, but what defines it for them?
Well, what's so fascinating is they immediately tackle the biggest problem in modern advertising, which is that old tension between art and science.
Right, the creative versus the data.
Exactly. Their defining principle is the combination of creative excellence with a really disciplined, data-driven approach. They flat out say that modern advertising can't just be clever or eye-catching.
It has to be more.
It has to be precisely targeted, it has to be quantifiable, and it has to be relentlessly optimized based on real-time feedback.
Okay, so this marriage of creativity and data, how does that break down in practice?
It breaks down into three. Let's call them concrete pillars of their philosophy. The first one is data-driven precision. They use in-depth research, advanced analytics, as the starting point for everything, specifically to maximize return on investment, the ROI, and, just as importantly, to minimize risk for every dollar a client spends.
So the data points the way, and the creative team follows that map. That makes perfect sense in theory. What's pillar number two? Because applying that kind of precision at scale, that can't be easy.
It's not, and that's pillar number two, customized strategy. This is where they draw a very clear line in the sand.
How so?
They explicitly reject any kind of generic one-size-fits-all package.
So no bronze, silver, gold packages.
None of that. They insist every single solution they deliver is, and I'm quoting here, completely custom built. It's tailored to the client's unique objectives, their audience, their market position.
So if I'm hearing you right, the value isn't just the service. It's the promise that they're building a unique engine for every single client every time.
That's it.
That has to require massive internal resources. So what's the third pillar?
The third is transparent partnership. They really emphasize trust and clarity, meaning you get dedicated account management, completely transparent reporting so you know exactly where your money is going, and just clear communication from kickoff to the final report. They're trying to get rid of that black box feeling you sometimes get with agencies.
That is an impressive philosophical framework. But what really stopped me in my tracks was their service menu. They're not just selling digital ads anymore.
Not even close.
The sheer breadth of what they offer suggests they see marketing as way more integrated into the whole business than most.
It's incredibly comprehensive, yeah. They're focused on crafting campaigns that don't just exist on one platform. They have to integrate seamlessly across all media.
Okay, let's break that scope down, because this is where their ambition really comes through. Under digital marketing and visibility, you've got the basics, right? SEO, SEM, social media ads.
The essentials.
But then you see these niche specializations, like they specifically mention expertise in multi-location display advertising.
And that detail is so key. Multi-location display isn't just simple Facebook ads. It implies really sophisticated media buying, geo-targeting. It's for businesses that need a physical presence optimized.
Like retail chains or franchises.
Exactly. It demands a totally different level of technical skill to coordinate campaigns across, say, 50 different geographic territories at once.
Absolutely. So if that's the science side, let's look at the art side. Creative and content services. This is where it gets unexpected.
It really does.
You've got strategic content creation, high-impact video production, standard stuff for a high-end agency, but then they throw in PR, and then this highly specialized service, screenplay and script writing service.
Screenplays.
Right.
It just underscores this belief that deep, high-quality storytelling is still critical, even when you're driven by data. This isn't just writing 30-second ad copy.
No.
This suggests they're ready to help clients develop really complex narrative content, maybe for branded entertainment or high-budget promotional films. It's a huge commitment to the art of narrative.
And it creates such an interesting contrast when you look at what's right next to it, technology and development.
This is the ultimate scope creep.
It pushes them so far beyond traditional marketing. We're talking about them offering automation and AI solutions, security and compliance, and even core software development and integration.
And this, I think, is the strategic insight that defines their whole model.
What do you mean?
They realize that today, the sales pipeline is software. Marketing optimization requires that infrastructure. By offering automation and software development, they're making sure the client's tech can actually execute the targeting the data demands.
So they're not just driving the car, they're building the engine.
They're building the engine, precisely.
So they're not just helping me run my ads, they might literally build the proprietary software tool that tracks leads through my whole funnel. That is a massive competitive advantage.
It closes the loop between strategy, execution, and the tech support. And then finally, they cap it all off with strategy and analytics, which covers the high-level brand development, marketing roadmaps, and all the specialized analytical products to measure it all.
Now that we get the strategic breadth, let's talk about who this is for. I mean, who exactly needs a firm that can write a screenplay and integrate AI into their CRM?
Well, the source material makes it clear their methodology is designed to be very, very scalable.
Flexible.
Extremely. They serve 5 distinct client groups. On one end, you have your small and medium businesses, your SMBs who need to grow fast. And then you have the large enterprises that need those sophisticated multi-channel solutions.
But it's wider than that.
Oh, yeah. They also specifically target individual professionals, authors, artists, consultants, people who need sophisticated personal brand promotion.
Okay.
And then you have nonprofits who need maximum fundraising impact, and even other creative agencies.
So they'd work with their own competition.
In a way, they act as a specialized technical ally for things like advanced analytics or software integration that the other agency might not have in-house.
The ability to span that range, from helping an artist launch a book to managing a Fortune 500's automation.
Yeah.
That's staggering. It must be a highly modular internal structure.
It has to be.
So let's ground this in some concrete details. The sources list specific price points and deals, which I think is crucial to understanding the reality here. How do they maintain quality control across that massive range?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The price points really illustrate the scalability. For an SMB or an individual, their top deals are structured for that. You can get a high-quality promotional video production for $6,000.
$6,000, okay.
Or a foundational website design and development package for $5,000. And for just basic education, something like email marketing training is listed at just $950.
See, that $950 training product feels perfectly aimed at that individual professional or maybe a small startup.
It is, but then you look at their limited time momentum deals, which are clearly for a much deeper engagement.
Right.
Take that highly specialized screenplay adaptation service we mentioned. It's a premium service, rated 4.6 out of 5, and it's discounted from $12,500 down to $10,000.
So that's for a much bigger project.
A much bigger project, or a high-profile individual who's willing to invest seriously in that bespoke creative work.
And for clients focused more on, say, organic reach, their YouTube channel management and optimization service is deeply discounted, from $2,200 down to about $1,500.
It seems like they're actively managing these deals to just keep the velocity going. But this blend is only possible because of that commitment to data. For a learner who is focused on the science of marketing, their specific analytics products are incredibly revealing.
Yes, these products aren't just about generating reports, are they? They're about strategic interpretation.
Exactly. They offer these specific analytical tools that are essential for large-scale ops, like attribution modeling for just under $3,500.
And for anyone listening who hasn't encountered that, the strategic value of attribution modeling it's about moving past simple last-click metrics, right?
It's about understanding the full, complex journey a customer takes. Which combination of touch points actually led to the sale? It's fundamental for optimizing big-budget, multi-channel campaigns.
And then there's an even more sophisticated product for helping clients transform raw data into actionable business intelligence. for about $4,500.
And that one is clearly aimed at the large enterprises or those other creative agencies they partner with, the ones who have all this data but lack the ability to turn it into strategic direction.
Even granular stuff, like KPI tracking and monitoring, is available as a standalone product.
Right. It just shows they're selling the strategic understanding and application of data, not just the raw technical work itself.
That level of specificity is what turns an agency into a real strategic partner. Okay, so we've covered the structure, the cost. What about the long-term promise? How do they wrap this all up?
It all ties back to their vision and dedication statement. Their vision is, well, it's truly global. They want to be the recognized strategic marketing powerhouse that consistently propels brands forward.
So they don't just want to be good.
They want to be essential.
And that kind of ambition, that requires a huge, unwavering dedication to the client experience. What are the core principles guiding that?
First is an unwavering client focus, and this includes a huge operational promise of a 247 support model.
Which is difficult and expensive to maintain.
Very. And it signals a commitment to global or always-on clients. Second is excellence and innovation, which just means they're promising to continuously adapt to the latest trends so clients don't fall behind.
And finally, the ultimate measure, which brings us right back to where we started, accountable results.
Exactly. They promise to measure their success strictly by the ROI and tangible growth they deliver. It's why all those analytic services are so crucial. They highlight benefits like measurable results through transparent analytics, rapid response so they can adapt campaigns based on data, and deep industry expertise.
So if we pull all this together and look at the firm's DNA, the big takeaway for me is that building momentum today requires this massive integrated operational scope.
Yeah.
It demands this systematic alignment that runs from high-level business consultation like AI integration and software development all the way down to these specialized, high-touch creative services like screenplay writing.
Successful business momentum is achieved by systematically aligning truly creative, compelling content, the art of marketing, with measurable data-driven investment, the science. Their whole model just proves that generalized, siloed approaches, they just aren't viable anymore. Integration isn't a feature, it's the core strategy.
And the source material shows this firm constantly balancing deep technical services like AI solutions and conversion tracking with these high-touch creative services like video production and PR, which leaves a kind of provocative question for you to think about. What does the future actually look like for businesses that fail to integrate both the art of compelling storytelling and the science of data analysis under one unified operational strategy? I mean, can you truly achieve momentum if you only master half of that equation?